used to run a hockey team. I'm the oldest guy in the league at 61. We played, next league is so fast. Those kids are so, But I'm the oldest in there now. But the teams that, like the Frogs as a national team. So those are the kinds of, other than that, it's pick up. Yeah. As soon as you put a ref on the ice, it changes everything,
Yeah, and I played out in Novi with, that's where Eric himself played for us a few times. And I was telling him, the first time he came out and played, he shows up late, they're already dropped the puck, he comes out on the ice and he's got his pants on with all his sponsors from Europe.
Yeah.
And his ripped, and I'm like, dude, can you do this? This is like a 30-year-old beer league. Like, dude, he's like, it's all right. And, he's got McDonald's sponsor and this and that. And I'm like, dude. But then when I didn't play for 5 years, after our team kind of just got older and we didn't play, and then a buddy of mine asked me to play the disc, which I live in Dearborn, why not? And it's a low league, so I'm like pretty good, which makes me feel good. But we got a good mix of guys that can play, and then a good mix of guys who can't play.
What day is that?
Sundays.
No, it's better,
So
but it's not going to
love
be
it
better
because
than that.
I'm still out there skating.
It's the best. You do it till you're
Trying to get, because he never skated, and then we go to the park by our house and it freezes. And he's out there the last couple of years when he was skating, and he's just stopped me. And I can't teach him because nobody about me. I just started to do it. And nobody taught me for shit. I was skating. I was just going to circle running into the before the board. And then I just kind of happened. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. I can skate.
one of the good things that your dad's doing is, my son skates with me also now. It's the best. Everybody loves playing hockey, still loves the game, and you can do it till you're old. I mean, I have torn up knees. I'm 61. I got things so there's guys that don't, they're dead.
Ruggiero.
For some reason, you see around the joints.
Check 1, 2, 3. From Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan, the Waterford Sharks take on the Michigan Shadow. I am Frank Mazzola along with hockey guru Tommy Morris. Tommy, another battle of the top teams in the MIHL. Tommy Morris. Just do a sound check here, Tom. You want
to talk about the 1-1 Waterford Sharks and the 2-0, 2 wins, no loss.
turn
Michigan
them up?
Shadow.
Turn
Yes.
them up?
Do I sound a little froggy? It's because my
Okay. Do you have a headset? Okay. Can you,
I woke up yesterday morning. I didn't have a voice. I was shocked. Like, what is going on? So now I got my puberty going in now. I'm a late bloomer. What can you say?
late bloomer. Michigan Shadows here from Big Boy Arena. Another big game here in the MIHL. Top cameraman on duty here. Big Gary Q here in the house. Along with his son, Easton. Is it Easton or Eden? Ethan.
The main cameraman.
Okay. Ethan.
It's military appreciation night here.
That's right, Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday, and the Michigan Shadow are having free what do you call it? All veterans come in tonight for free. Good gesture for the men and women who served during this for this country.
And here we get ready to go. Check 1, 2. I'm going to have to bring some waters, too, for sure.
Should we do an open? I don't even know how this is going to go.
Well, they got 11 minutes left to the start, so if you want to do it.
What's that? No.
Okay. So I can't do anything if you guys are going to keep talking
Okay,
because we're live. So decide what you want to do.
Why don't we wait till like 5 minutes and
All right.
so there's not a big gap.
Yeah.
Frank, did you bring any extra water?
What?
Did you bring any extra water?
Yeah, they're in that bag up there, that white bag.
They are going to announce a starting.
They're going to announce the starting lineups.
But
He's going to do the starting lineups?
I think they're coming out of the tunnel.
Yeah. That's Kelly. Kelly. Okay, Kelly. That's James' wife. Yeah. From Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan, the Waterford Sharks take on the Michigan Shadow. I am Frank Mazzola along with hockey guru Tommy Morris. Tommy, another battle of the top teams here in the MIHL tonight.
Yeah, we're in for another good one. The second home game for the Shadow, and if anything is going to be like last week's game, we're in for a dandy, Frank. You know, you've got the top three teams considered in the league are in the South Division. That happens to be Waterford as being one of them, and so this should be a really good, high-paced, good scoring affair tonight.
So in 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, last week the Shadow took on the Voyagers, made a great comeback after being down 5-2. They were the champions last year, and then the Waterford Sharks were the champion 2 years ago. Right now we're going into the player introduction here for the Shadow. Tommy, the official puck drop today. It's Veterans Day here. Looks like James Ryersay is going to take it, and Mr. Bauman's going to take it for the Sharks here. Both captains on their teams there going for the official puck drop here on Veterans Day celebration here at Big Boy Arena. Good-looking crowd here at Big Boy Arena. Second game for the Shadow at home. A big one against the Waterford Sharks. Tommy, going to be a good one here tonight.
Boy, oh boy, the crowd's buzzing already, and how could you not with Military Appreciation Night? I mean, it's always a fantastic vibe to honor the veterans, and the crowd is into it. The kids are into it. Let's see if the Shadow's going to be into it first period.
So the Waterford Sharks coming in with a 1-1 record, 1 win, 1 loss. They went on the road for their first game of the season against the Muskegon Voyagers. Lost that game in the rematch from the playoffs last year. Came home and played the Detroit Warhawks last weekend and won. The Shadow have had 2 games, one on the road. They went to see the Warhawks, beat them at their home ice, and then came here last weekend and beat the Muskegon Voyagers.
And, you mentioned the Sharks, a couple of brothers out there, the Pfeiffer brothers, kind of leading the attack. And it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they get off on the start here. Again, you're at home they're not at home. They're on the road against the Shadow. There's a couple of big names over there on the Shadow. You have Chad LaRose, again, you're going against the next Stanley Cup champion. A couple of veteran players in Milam, and again, we'll see how quickly they get their legs going.
So the Sharks coming out with their starters right now. Both teams with their starters. Ryersay at center.
You got Cody Oakes out there. He had a wonderful game, I thought, for the Shadow, their home opener. He was all over the ice. He's a speedster, number 19. He's got the locks of flow, and he's playing the left wing right now.
Sharks with the puck. Won that face-off. They just dump it down into the Shadow end. Both teams fight behind the boards. That one's put out in front. Nobody there for the Sharks. Here comes Oakes. He's all by himself. Got a little help by Ryersay. Oh, quickly.
What a fantastic move. What a great save. The net is off. Did not go in the net. A 2-on-1. I'm sure that Ryersay would have said, hey, listen, nice move, kid, but I was, down on the left side. But nonetheless, Oakes got through and had to be quick there, the netminder for the Sharks.
So in goal for the Sharks, Jacob Gillum. Hopefully I pronounced that right for them. Quickly, this right in the neutral, dump back into the Shadow end. That one's wrapped around the boards. Sharks giving a chase to that one. That one's cleared out. Ryersay now. He dumps that down into the Shark end.
Quick changes are going to be key for both teams early here, and less turnovers.
There's an opportunity by that puck was stolen by number 91 had that for the Sharks and gave that one away.
Yeah, Kuhn found himself on the nice turnover. He just lost a handle on it before he went in on Gillum. And, again, Gillum had to be sharp, again, early here in the first.
Face off down in the Sharks' end. This one behind the net. Given a quick pinch in there is Paul Arnott for the Shadow. Quick shot out in front. That one's deflected away back into the corner.
And Arnott, number 8, a big wide body, and they're pinched in from his blue line spot. And finally out back to him now.
The Shadow keep possession of the puck. Michael Perry, who wasn't in the first game here against the Voyagers, is in the lineup here tonight for the Shadow. Here comes the Shadow again. Paul Arnott. Or that's Milam. Milam carried that one over for the Shadow. This one along the boards, all the way to the far side. Sharks carrying it in. Little dish pass behind the goal, trying to get that one out in front. The Sharks still working behind the net. This one's pinched in by the Sharks. Sharks keeping control of that puck. Now up to center ice, back into the Sharks' end. Sharks move this puck forward. Carlisle getting that one forward for the Sharks. Here comes the Sharks again. Quick wrister. That one went through the 5-hole.
Yeah, Ruggiero would like to have that one back. Again, the play started, an ill-advised backhand pass.
I don't know, they might have to look this one over because looks like Ruggiero was on top of that one and the collision pushed that puck in. But it's official right now. Quick goal by the Waterford Sharks here in the early going at the 17:47 mark here of the first period.
That play you have to, it was a turnover in a neutral zone, and you cannot turn that puck over. The other team is coming at you, forechecking going forward. Your players are going the other way. Ill-advised backhand pass at the Shadow blue line, and the full momentum for the Sharks carried him into the line. A little quick shot and 1-0 game.
So a save by Ruggiero. Coming in quickly was Jared Pfeiffer with that last play here on Ruggiero. Face-off still down in the Shadow end. Milam trying to get that one out. This one's pinched in. The Sharks back into the neutral zone. Quickly, the Sharks keep possession of that puck. Over on the far side, some heavy hitting over on the far boards.
Big Z rumbling, stumbling, the big zoo out there, number 72 for the Shadow.
Sharks still working that puck around. Donaldson for the Sharks. This one's pinched in. A quick wrister on net. Steered away back into the corner. Good pressure here by the Sharks. Looking for more, and they got it. Ruggiero came out, made the first save off to the outside of the net. A loose rebound, nobody there, open net, and quickly they've got a 2-0 lead here.
Boy, Christopher Calabrese found himself a big rebound there. Had nothing but open net to shoot at.
Hard to miss that one. And you see the replay right there, and the Sharks, reminiscent of the last game where the Voyagers came out and jumped on the Shadow and took the Shadow a couple periods. Finally, in the third period, they got some smelling salts and came to it.
I know Bill probably liked to have those rebounds. Didn't control that rebound, I'm sure, like he'd like to. And we'll see what happens the next couple shots on net, whether he's fighting the puck or he's settled down.
Here's some action behind the net of the Shadow. The Shadow trying to clear this puck out. Still pressure in the Shadow end as the Sharks are buzzing right now. Here comes the Shadow. Roel, he wraps this one around the boards, trying to get a quick shot. That one's blocked by the Sharks. The Sharks just lift that up to center ice. Quick player changes on both teams. Theo Roel with a shot right there, quickly gobbled up by the Sharks. That might be the first or second shot on net of the Sharks. 4 new players in the lineup here tonight for the Shadow. Looks like Clintworth, Williams. This one into the corner. Also Michael Perry. Battle down in the Shadow end in the corner. Here's a slap shot from the blue line. This one's out of play.
I don't know if that touched Ruggiero. The ref said it did. It was deflected, so faceoff will remain inside the Shadow zone.
Brendan Sherwalk with a drive right there. Number 14 with the Sharks from the blue line.
Faceoff's a very important part of the game. You don't want to be chasing the puck, especially in your own end. And Shadow were pretty good on the faceoffs last week.
Carlisle taking the faceoff for the Sharks. Ryersay took the faceoff for the Shadow. They keep that puck in. Carlisle wraps that one around the board. Another one just thrown out in front. Ruggiero just threw the big glove on that one, making that save. So far, Tommy, the Sharks have been putting the pressure on the Shadow here with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I think they're sensing, goaltender might be struggling a little bit early, and why not just keep putting the rubber on them no matter where you're at.
Ryersay taking that face-off for the Shadow. Here's a wrister from inside the blue line.
Got away with that one, that ill-advised play.
This one's dumped ahead, all the way down. Taken away by Ryersay. He tries to feed it over. That's broken up. Still inside the Sharks' end. Cleared off the boards. Right in front of us down here, and here comes Oakes. Cody Oakes, he loses that puck. Sharks 2-on-2. Quick shot right there. Ruggiero makes the save.
That's a good sign. Really, Ruggiero didn't bobble that, didn't fumble it, just cradled it right in his stomach.
Both teams making players changes. Get some fresh bodies out here in the early going. 14:52 left to go here in the first period. A quick 2-0 lead by the Waterford Sharks over the Shadow.
Nice move, nice shot.
Ruggiero just kicked that one out. Loose rebound. Arnott goes into the corner. This one behind the Sharks net. Milam and Arnott working that puck. They lose control of it. This one's put out to center ice. Shadow again coming forward. Nice pass inside out. Big save right there. Loose rebound and they score.
Adam Kuhn found himself another big rebound, empty part of the top of the net. He deposits it.
Well, this was just hard work by the Shadow. There's the initial save, a big juicy rebound, and it's banged home, and suddenly the Shadow is on the scoreboard.
Big goal, and
was that LaRose that got that?
No, that was Kuhn, Adam Kuhn. So Tyler Groth, the coach for the Sharks, could say, hey, fellas, you blew by the net and left the guy come wide open right down the slot there. Did the old flyby the defensive players did for the Sharks.
Shadow keep it in. Another quick shot, big save by the Sharks. This one's wrapped around the boards, kept in. That one's blocked. Dalton Jay took a drive right there. Player changes by the Shadow right now off their bench. This one down in the Sharks' end, kept in, as suddenly the Shadow have been putting on some pressure. Quick wrister from inside the blue line by the Shadow. Milam taking a shot right there. That one's saved, a little crowded in front of the net. This one's kept in. Milam keeping it in. He'll take it off angle. Oh, he scores!
Hey,
Zukanic!
The big Z.
Zach Zukanic with a redirect right in front of the net. And we got a tie game.
That's where he stands, Frank. That's what his job is, the big body in the front. You see him battling down low. Puts a stick there right in. Beautiful goal.
Beautiful redirection by big number 72, double Z, Zach Zukanic, to tie this game up. 13-14 left to go here in the first period. We've already got 4 goals.
Well, you mentioned that looked like the Shadow had their legs rolling, and they start putting their bigger bodies up there now. They're winning the puck battles against the boards, and here's a difference right now. Beautiful play there almost.
Behind the Sharks' net. This one's cleared out in front over the blue line, just out here. Arnott getting that puck forward.
Oh,
Rowell trying to get that one in. That one is on the Sharks goalie.
Wow, what great eye-hand coordination by Rowell. He batted that puck out of the air, tipped it to his stick. It came right down to his feet. He made a move, went to his backhand, and almost got that by Gillum, the netminder for the Sharks.
So the faceoff will stay down in the Sharks' end. Quickly, Sharks got a 3-on-1 developing here. Oh, that one's not connected, as they did not capitalize on that one. This one, again, the Sharks coming with it.
Michael Perry made a good move on that, the defenseman for the Shadow, on that 2-on-1. He forced an air pass by the Sharks players, and that's after Broernholm kind of blew his wheel back here at the blue line.
Jared Pfeiffer for the Sharks had an opportunity there. Face-off down in the Shadow end. 2-2, 12:22 left to go here in the first period. Sharks carry this one out past the center line. This one's back up into the crowd.
Well, you mentioned Jared Pfeiffer. You got the Pfeiffer brothers and the family members. I just want to mention they do a lot of good work in their community. Pucks for Autism. Very involved with that organization that brings awareness and inclusion through the sport of hockey to their community.
Sharks now with the puck. Looking to work their way up. They do past center line. This one's dumped into the Shadow end. Ryersay steals that one away. Again, coming quickly are the Sharks. Donaldson down in the corner for the Sharks. This one's taken away by the Shadow up to Ryersay. Ryersay will just keep that one on the ice, kicked away keep it down in the Sharks' end. Be a face-off down in the Sharks' end here with a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, I don't know if Gillum wanted to really deflect it in the crowd. You don't want to have a face-off down low. I just think he was trying to direct it off the high glass, keep the play going, but it went into the crowd, and now you got a face-off deep in his end.
Loose puck out in front of the net, cleared away by the Sharks, wrapped around the boards, pinched in is Arnott. Arnott got that one on net. Arnott's going to clear over to the left side. There's a shot. Puck still down in the Sharks' end. This one's wrapped around the boards.
Shadow starting to cycle a little. Guys moving all over.
Quick shot there just to the outside. Still buzzing. Arnott takes a shot. That one's blocked out in front by the Sharks. Sharks just dumped that down in the corner. There's a delayed penalty here against the Shadow. Looks like it was a hooking call. Right here, right out in front of us, that hooking call comes against the Shadow, as Dalton Jay will go off for that one.
It's part of the rules of the game, Frank. You put your stick on a body and you give a little tug with your, you can't hook them under the arm or on the waist or on, it's just not in the rule. It's not in the rule book. It's, you sit in that sin bin for 2 minutes.
So he'll sit on the short bench at the 10:49 mark, and the power play for 2 minutes here for the Sharks. Carlisle will take this face-off. He just dumps it back. Good defensive play there by the Shadow to clear that one back into the Sharks' end.
Bjornholm, Rotundi, two top guys on the short-handed.
This one's down in the corner. The Shadow clear this one out.
Milam on defense and Perry for the Shadow. Nice clear there.
Good defensive play so far on this power play by the Shadow. Here comes the Sharks. Just stroll into the corner. That's Gibbs. Gibbs gets that one out in front. This one's all the way back to Cherwalk. Cycled around to Carlisle, and that one's blocked out in front. There's a shot just to the outside of Ruggiero. Back to the point. Cherwalk takes a shot. Oh, a redirect.
Wow.
Ruggiero got a hold of that one.
That puck redirected 3 or 4 times in front of Ruggiero, and he threw that trapper out there. Beautiful, beautiful stop.
So 1 minute left here on the power play for the Sharks. 9:48 left to go here in the first period. 2-2 as the Sharks keep this one pinched in.
A big face-off win there. I get some help in there.
Over on the far side boards, Martin had a chance to get that one. He didn't. Quickly, here comes, there's looking for, we got a whistle. Looks like that's going to be, is that going to be a penalty shot?
I don't know if he was quite clear. It was close, but no matter what, you just cannot hug.
Yeah, it looks like he's pointing the center, isn't it?
I see it does. Give him a.
Will this be an opportunity here? So it's going to be Chad LaRose. I don't know if you ever want to face anybody, but it's Chad LaRose. He's got a little bit of experience here.
It's going to be interesting. What do you think he's going to do? Forehand, backhand shot? Or do you think he's just going to rifle it under the bar? What do you think he's going to do here, Frank?
I think he's going to do a little dipsy doodle here. So here we go. Chad LaRose. He picks the corner and scores.
Made it look easy.
Just another day at the office for Chad LaRose. Here's the replay. Went glove side, and suddenly the Shadow have scored 3 straight goals. Home crowd loving it here at Big Boy Arena. Still on the power play are the Sharks here for about 35 seconds.
Yeah, Calabresi's not too happy. He's the one that's got the puck now. They got the call against him.
Oh, he
my.
went end to end. Oh, he answered.
Wow,
Here's
that was huge.
Christopher Calabrese, the defenseman for the Sharks, went top corner over the stick side shoulder of Ruggiero, and we're tied back up.
They're throwing him in the box, too. They didn't like the taunting. I think he was directing it toward the ref, and now he's going to get the call. He's got to sit in the box. Maybe unsportsmanlike.
He's saying, what did I do?
He definitely gave a, he was the one that got called holding LaRose and got the penalty shot called against him. He scores that beauty goal, and after that goal, I think his celebration, excess celebration.
We've seen this last year, not in this league, but we've seen it where they celebrate after they score. I don't know if they were talking to the ref or what, or the too much celebration there.
I thought he was directing his, still not happy about that call against him on that penalty shot, and I think he just kind of directed it towards the stripes. And today apparently, it is Friday. Maybe they had a bad day at the office, and the stripes aren't taking any of that today. Very thin-skinned on that, but good for the Shadow.
See the referees over on the far side boards talking things over. One of the referees has his bucket off right now. Talking to both captains, Ryersay and Bowman. You can see the official right there telling the Sharks about guess that's not Bowman there, but nevertheless, they'll be on the power play here. The Shadow will be, and we got a tie game 3-3. So Ryersay will take the face off. He's got Oates out there. Milam back on defense here. Moving that puck up quickly, the Shadow. This one's dumped along the far boards. LaRose down in the corner right now, looking to move that puck up front. They shuffle it along the boards. Behind the boards again. This one out to Milam. Milam gets it over to Oates.
Yeah, they got some time. Patience is good.
This one dumped into the corner. Still controlling the puck.
If the pass isn't there, don't force it. Keep it to the outside. Look for that open man moving. Look like you're trying to get that far side down here in front of us. But those cross-ice passes like that, a nice stick in the middle of the lane and an easy clear for the Sharks.
Ruggiero gets that puck over to Giuliano. Quickly they break over the blue line. Coming in quickly. Oh! Backhander, and I think Ryersay. Looks like LaRose got another one out in front.
Nice move by Oakes down the wing. Rebound was in handle, was laying there in the crease. LaRose comes in late.
Yep, Chad LaRose picking up another one. Just another day at the office for Chad. He just does it so easy.
So I guess you could say maybe Chad LaRose 2, Calabrese 1. 2 penalties against
there you
Calabrese,
go.
But we got a lot of hockey left here. It's 4-3 in the first period, Frank. 8 minutes to go still in this period.
7 goals so far here in the first period. Both teams back at full strength. Sharks are going to rotate that puck around here at center ice. Quickly stolen by the Shadow. Dalton Jay doing some dipsy-doodle moves to bring that puck behind the net of the Sharks. Still have possession, trying to get that out in front. This one's deflected out of the Sharks zone. Give and chase. Sharks dump this one back into the Shadow end.
Looks like the Sharks are just a step behind right now. The Shadows seem to be anticipating to play a little bit better, meaning that they're just one step ahead. They know they're covering well for their players. Their defense are covering for the forwards and vice versa. So we'll see. The Sharks got to move it a little quicker, get their legs going. They're standing still a lot right now.
Here's a giveaway right out in front for the Sharks. Opportunity there, a shot on Ruggiero. Cleared away. Carlisle had an opportunity right there on the steal. Here comes the Sharks again. Keeps that one on the ice. Ruggiero just gobbles that one up. Sharks player taking a double take back, saying, I don't know why you're grabbing me.
Ruggiero there, another easy stop. He didn't let a rebound go out. He looks like he's starting to settle in now.
Carlisle will take the face-off for the Sharks. Billette will take the face-off for the Shadow. This one's kept in the Shadow end.
Another win for the Sharks on the face-off.
Right along the side of the net. Ruggiero grabs that one, does a little work on the net. We'll have another face-off here in the near corner, down in the Shadow end.
Got the big bodies out there for the Shadow now.
Billette took that face-off for the Shadow. This one's wrapped around the boards, down into the Sharks end. Sharks clearing that up. Quickly, here comes Carlisle. This one's out in front. Oh, big save by Ruggiero. He threw out that leg. Wasn't a lot of juice on that shot, but a big save by Ruggiero to keep this a 4-3 game. 6:32 left to go here in the first.
That was a timely stop there by Ruggiero. And you could say when he settled down, he wasn't flopping around the net. He recovered and squared up and at the same time made it look easy on a difficult stop.
Another face-off down into the, you see Joe Pace talking to a couple of players there. Big Joe Pace is looking to drop the gloves possibly. Shadow trying to get that one out. They do. Sharks keep possession, just feather that back into the Shadow end. No problem, broken up again by the Sharks.
No one back at the points defensively for the Shadow while they're battling in the corner here.
Quick shot by Malachowski for the Sharks. Right now the Sharks keeping possession of that puck. Finally the Shadow get possession of it. They're moving it forward.
Tricky Sam Gagnon.
This one's dumped back to Rowell. Rowell loses possession of it. Coming in for the Sharks was Cherwalk. He lost control of it. Quickly, this is back at center ice. Brought in again by the Sharks. Shot on Ruggiero, looking for...
Got through him.
Yep. Looked like Ruggiero had that puck in his grip. Just couldn't give it the old bear hug. Ruggiero looks behind him, and there it is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful play there. A nice pass, a redirection on the ice, and just squiggled under Ruggiero's pad.
Well, folks, you like a high-scoring game. We've got it 4-4. 5:26 left to go here in the first period. I'm Frank Mazzell along with Tommy Morris calling and seeing exactly what's happening. Oakes takes the check.
I see both goalies talking to each other right now, to themselves.
Some hitting in front of the benches. Ryersay collided right there. Both teams are talking to each other right now. We see Josh Hill for the Sharks doing a little talking. Quickly a face-off. Ryersay battling for that. Oakes dumps that back down. Ryerson right out in front of the net. Nobody there for the Shadow. This one cycled along the side of the net. Back out to the point. Opportunity there, broken up by the Sharks. Here come the Sharks.
You got numbers.
3-on-2. Oh, saved by Ruggiero. A 3-on-2.
Big stop there. Timely.
Ruggiero making up for the easy one he let in there for the fourth goal for the Sharks.
And that's what you want your goaltender to do. I mean, you've got enough firepower, enough experience on that Shadow team. You know, you just want your goaltender to make the big stops at the big moments in the game.
Behind the Shadow end, play out in front of the net. Sharks keep that one in. Sharks trying to keep that puck in. Quickly, the Shadow have the puck. Here's Giuliano. Giuliano trying to go shoulder over the Sharks goalie. Giuliano again with the puck. That one's broken up. This one's worked over. Broken up by the Sharks. They keep the pressure on. Quick wrister in front of the net. Blocked by Ruggiero. Over on the far side boards. Sharks still working that puck around. Over to Bowman. Bowman. What do we got here? We got a holding.
Yeah, Pace.
Big Joe Pace.
He got a little interference going on. He had a bad turnover, a couple of them in the zone, and now took a bad penalty.
So the Shadow will be shorthanded here for 2 minutes. That goes to number 43. Against the Shadow. Quickly, the Sharks work this over on the far side. Quick shot in front of the net, broken up. Sharks will have to retreat to get this puck. Sharks bring this over their blue line. Past center line, dumped down into the Shadow end. Ruggiero out to swish that one along the boards. This one's cleared out. Giving chase for the Sharks is Carlisle. Carlisle now with the puck. He'll dipsy doodle it over. Still in the corner. Working the corner is Pelusia. Pelusia gets that one out in front. Nobody there for the Sharks. Big opportunity to eat some clock up for the Shadow. Quick player changes off the bench for both teams. 48 seconds left to go here in the power play. Good play there by Giuliano. Just couldn't keep that out. Little inside-outside move.
Calabrese almost walked in again.
Still shorthanded for 30-some seconds here for the Shadow, and this one's dumped behind the Sharks net. Puck put out in front of the net, quickly brought up by the Sharks. Pitella. Here's a play out in front of the net. Nobody there for the Sharks. Wrapped around by Milam. Milam gets that one out of the, and Giuliano for the Shadow on the far boards. Milam and Giuliano working over a Sharks player on the far side.
So what's he saying? He checked him in the back or a cross check or what? Yeah, cross check.
Little composite work as that penalty expired. So Giuliano will go off for 2 minutes. This will carry over into the second period. Number 53 doing some stick work of his own. Back on the power play are the Sharks.
You know, that's what got the Shadow in trouble last week early, is they kept taking a bunch of penalties, and when you end up, 2-3 in a row.
Ruggiero made the save and then looked for it was behind him. He had to do a little quick dipsy doodle behind him, found that puck behind him, and did not go in the goal.
You know, when you take those penalties like that, 2-3 in a row, you have your penalty kill team off there. Now you got your first and second lines. Their legs are, they've been sitting on the bench a little bit. They got to restart, get their juices going, and you want to avoid that at all costs. Could come back to bite you.
Ryersay gets that puck off the face-off. Here comes the Sharks. Break into the Shadow zone. Wrap that one around the boards, kept in. Sharks looking to work that around Sherwalk. This one's pinched in again by the Sharks. Donaldson, this one's cleared out. Donaldson will retreat for the Sharks to gather this puck up on the power play.
Little finisher check by Ryersay.
Sharp for the Sharks. Not cleared out, finally cleared out by the Shadow. Arnott over on the far boards gets this one back down into the Sharks' end. Sharks making one last charge here with 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. Clear it out. Here comes Oakes.
We got numbers, 2-on-1.
Oakes just taking his time. Oh! Will that be a penalty?
Something's going to have to happen there. I mean, he had to gill him out, and he didn't mean to kick it off, but the bottom line is
Gagnon, you see it right here on the replay. Gagnon just
he had him out swimming. Oh, are they just going to call what a break for the Sharks.
Unbelievable. He kicked that net right off. One-on-one.
Gagnon's not exactly not a sniper. He scores plenty of goals, and he had Gillum just swimming in the crease. And then how do you do that? Net is suddenly off.
Still 5 seconds left. Cleared down into the Shadow end. Here as the first period will expire. Bowman taking an off-angle shot there. No problem for Big Bill Ruggiero. And we got a 4-4 tie here.
Well, a lot of things in that first period, Frank. A lot of defensive breakdowns. You don't want to have 4 goals apiece in that first period. So both these teams really have to tighten up defensively. I'm sure that hopefully their goaltending will settle in a little bit and stay out of the penalty box.
So the Sharks came out, scored two goals quickly to take a 2-0 lead, and then turned around. The Shadow came with 3 straight goals to take a 3-2 lead, and they shared goals back and forth, and that's where we stand here. So it's 4-4 at the end of the first period. We'll be back for the second period here on Go Live Sportscast.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat. Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese. Stick wax. Looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen. Unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is going to be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Got to pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it right across from the Frazier Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. As you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Go Live Sportscast.
Back here live at Big Boy Arena, some highlights from the first period. 4 goals by the Shadow. There you have the first goal by the Sharks, and here's the second goal by the Sharks, quickly taking that 2-0 lead here in the early going of the first period.
Yeah, it took a couple shots for Ruggiero to feel it. You know, he let in a couple easy ones, a rebound there when you see that he wish he would have had in, and then, of course, the Shadow came right back.
Chad LaRose had 2 goals. Here's a early goal here by Chad LaRose. Or was that Kuhn?
That was Kuhn's goal.
Kuhn, number 18, getting that goal. Zach Zukanich getting that goal on the redirect right there.
Big man with the big tip there. That's his doorstep right there. Big body, hard to move.
Here's the penalty shot by Chad LaRose. Went glove side, no problem for him.
And Calabrese was the one that hugged him that gave Chad that penalty shot. And then once he got out of the box, he steps out and does this.
So here's his goal, bringing the Sharks back into it. Got a 2-minute penalty for celebrating, in fact, for that.
And then on the power play, Oakes walks right in, and LaRose, Johnny on the spot.
Beautiful goal, no problem for Chad LaRose. That's where we stand, 4-4. Here's another opportunity for the Shadow where the net was kicked off.
And we still don't have a clear call on that. I really don't know what, is it just in the rule book that it's incidental contact and that's off and you blow the play dead? I mean, there would have to be some kind of consequence on that.
You would think with that opportunity that the Shadow had, there would be some kind of call or some kind of warning at least. Well, the Shadow are home today. They'll go on the road next week up north to play the Kalkaska Kings on Saturday, November 15th. And then Sunday, November 16th, they'll be in Alpena. Come back home November 22nd right here at Big Boy Arena as they'll take on the Detroit Warhawks. A 7:15 start here at Big Boy Arena.
So the North Tour for the Shadow coming up next. That's why this game is so big for before they do that North Tour. And again, it's going to be over the holidays. They get a ton of snow up there. They already start. And your body doesn't move as well. It takes you a little bit warmer to warm up. And there's some good teams out there, as you mentioned, Alpena.
So we'll see that North Division. It's still out on trial here. You've got St. Ignace, Kalkaska, Alpena, and Sheboygan. That Sheboygan team has 4 goals for and 44 against. So they may be the doormat of the North.
You know, St. Ignace having to go up to the UP. That's another. They're start off hot already. They're 3-0 on this year. So it's going to be a tough challenge for the Shadow. They got to take care of business here tonight.
So here we go, start of the second period. Power play, about 10 seconds left to go here for the Shark as the Shadow just have to gobble up some time. Dalton Jay gets that one back. Dumped all the way into the Sharks' end. Jay trying to get a hold of that puck. Here comes the Sharks. Oh, quick shot on net. Ruggiero just went to the outside, steered that one away. Still pressure down into the Shadow end.
There's been too many of those cross-ice passes from the Sharks getting through tonight. I don't know why, who they're stepping around the defenseman over there, but you got to be a little bit more mindful of who's coming over your shoulder going to the net.
Milam working his way in front. Quick shot on net. Dalton Jay getting that one up. Just couldn't get that one in net.
A lot of water on the ice. You want to get it in deep. That puck sticking. Force a team to try to move the puck out through that water in their zone. Just put some heavy forecheck in on these early moments of the period.
Zach Zukanich out there on the wing, the big guy. Got one goal here early. Gagnon taking the face-off for the Shadow. Sharks try to wrap this one around the board. Quick shot on net. steered away. Here's an opportunity by the Sharks. Ruggiero coming out of the net to clear that one away. Zukanich now with the puck. He'll take that one into the corner. He'll lose possession of it. This one's dumped down into the shadow end.
Couple stretch passes for Josh Hill. He just couldn't corral him as they were on his backhand.
Dalton J wraps that one around the boards. This one's back. Sharks take this one. Pfeiffer. He'll take a quick wrist shot.
Nice finish to check there. Rotini.
Here come the Shadow again. Out in front. Nice pass out in front. Nobody there for the Shadow. Bang that one home. Gagnon tried to get that one in. Sharks get that puck taken away as Rowell now has possession.
You won that battle. That's what you got to do.
Quickly, they've got some opportunities here as they cycle that puck down into the corner. Rowell out there for the Shadow. Here comes the Sharks. Number 25 is Calabrese again with the puck. Good action by Calabrese. Clear it out in front. Taken by Rowell, dumped forward. Oakes trying to get Ryerson. Oakes just takes a shot where he's at, says, yeah, I'll take it.
Boy, the puck stuck on him a couple times, got lost in his feet, cutting across the middle, and why not just put it on the net from there?
So, great play by Cody Oakes. Looked like he was going to pass that one out to James Ryerson. Ryerson, and no, he'll just take the shot himself. 5-4, the Shadow are now in the lead, breaking that 4-4 tie.
So finally in the lead. Let's see if they can hold it and clamp down defensively now.
A back and forth game here so far, just into the second period. Chad LaRose just got on the ice. Both teams making a few player changes. This faceoff will come back down in the Shadow end.
Well, the bigger bodies should prevail here. Let's just see if they can move, get another quick goal here, give them some more breathing room.
McComas taking that face-off for the Sharks.
Good play by Milam, just to be patient. Just missed LaRose on that stretch pass.
Sharks again with possession, moving forward.
There you go.
Good play right there on the blue line. Here comes the Shadow. Quick shot on net, that's saved.
Couple little extracurriculars here. Didn't like to push in and shoving, didn't like it a little bit. Now they are discussing it.
Before the game started, both teams were hugging at the center line here. See the collision right there in front of the net. Both players from both teams were very friendly towards each other.
Yeah,
I think that's gone away.
Cole Helgumo didn't like being part of the net being taken off there, and do you blame him?
Michael Perry for the Shadow talking to the official right now. Looks like this one will come back over the blue line. Won't be in the corner for the faceoff.
Cause of the net being moved was getting your face shoved into it by the opposition. So that's why they moved that puck outside the blue line.
Perry trying to get that one out.
Another good play by LaRose. Nice and calm. They're going to let that go. There was no way that pass was going to go through anyways.
This one's cleared all the way down. This will be an icing. Perry gives chase to that one. Going back to the Sharks' end.
I do like the seem to be a little more patient for the Shadow. They're in the neutral zone. If nothing's going forward, they're throwing it back to their defense. Let them play catch back and forth. Let them try an opportunity. I mean, there's no reason for them to be able to want to force that puck up there when you can sit there and play catch with your defense partner all day long. Create an easy opening, easy entry into the other zone. Puck control.
Giuliano will take this face-off for the Shadow. Quick wrister there, blocked before it even gets to the goalie. Gilliam sees that puck go behind him. Perry now with the puck. Gets that one over to Arnott. Arnott broken up by Milam. Milam couldn't hold on to that one.
Nice play by Pfeiffer inside the Shark zone. Make a little move to get that out.
Little shot on Ruggiero. No problem for him. He steers that one aside. Here comes the Shadow.
Nice pass.
Giuliano.
Had an opportunity to shoot there. We probably would have taken that.
Cleared out. Sharks come the other way.
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer with a quick wrister. That one's blocked out in front. Kuhn using his body in the corner. Looking for a player change. This one's dumped back into the Shadow end. Arnott. Still having a hard time getting that puck out as the Sharks are buzzing around the net right now. Ruggiero just smothers it along the side of the boards.
Yeah, it looks like the Sharks definitely need to get something going here. No doubt about it. They've been standing around a little bit. They've been in their zone a little bit, and it seems like they're on their heels. So another big face-off.
Look for number 61, Pelusia, for the Sharks. He's a sniper out in front of the net. This one's cleared all the way down. Zukanic giving chase right there.
Gillum
big
saw
numbers.
the big man. He was like, he tiptoed.
That's seeing a bus coming towards you.
Oh, what a play. Rotundi on the recipient of that beautiful pass.
The Shadow score, making a 2-goal lead here. Here you see it on the replay. Beautiful little pass out in front.
Gagnon saw him on a play. He got Rotundi gave Gagnon the play at the blue line there and just broke right to the net and beat all the defenders. And Gagnon's not going to miss you. Playmaker, goal scorer. Nice feather pass, and Rotundi deposited 6-4.
Looked like a harmless play, but caught the Sharks sleeping. Here's another quick wrister by Gagnon. This one out in front, a quick shot there.
Wow, what a beautiful backhand pass. He saw Rowell sitting on the doorstep there. Rowell pinching it from his point position, and Gagnon saw him and just threw that. No one had him, and Rowell on the doorstep. And beautiful stop by Gilliam. Right after a goal, the Sharks certainly needed that.
Face off down into the Sharks' end. 14:06 left to go here in the second period. 6-4, the Shadow over the Sharks. Quick shot there by the Sharks. Open net, nothing there for the Sharks.
I kind of like what the Shadow do here. They now have Vermeesh and Oakes playing defense. They started up front. Oakes and Vermeesh are now back at defense, and Rowell, he's up now up near center.
Ruggiero had to make a big save there. Here comes Cody Oakes. Oakes just flying around, letting that hair flow in the wind. Looking for Ryersay. Cody Oakes will take that shot. That one's gobbled up. Little chit-chat in front of the net. Gilwin making the save on that one, keeping this a 6-4 game with a Shadow ahead of the Sharks.
You know, I do like that move, though. If you got some forwards, if they're not feeling that they're into the game, maybe the passes are missing them. They don't feel like they're touching the puck. The best way for them to get into the game is, get them in their own zone, leading the rush. Let them touch the puck. The puck's always going back to defense. You can lead the play there. Get your forwards. They could always, get in the game that way. So I don't mind that move if you got some good forwards that could skate backwards.
Ryerson taking the face-off for the Shadow. Quickly, the Sharks take possession of the puck. Dump down into the Shadow end. Malkowski taking that for the Sharks. Still working around the back of Ruggiero.
Still a lot of water down in that corner.
Shadow, a little 2-on-2, break the blue line. Kept in. Wow. Ryerson takes a shot. Blocked out in front of loose puck and scores.
Did Gillum's head go in the net? How close was that to hitting him in the noggin?
Some old-fashioned hockey there. No helmet, no mask. Here you go on the replay.
I think his own player took him out. Broken play here up high. It hit.
Lost his bucket right there.
His own player got bounced into him.
Going to have to strap that one on tight. So the faceoff will come outside the blue line. Ryerson will take the faceoff for the Shadow. Carlisle for the Sharks. 6-4, Shadow over the Sharks.
Watch out for the late man. Didn't see him.
Oh, Ruggiero made the initial save on a wrister by Pelusia. Here's a replay of it. So Pelusia and Carlisle will get credit for that quick wrister. We've got a 6-5 game here. So Carlisle gets them on the scoreboard here on the second period. The Sharks making it 6-5, down by 1. Quick shot there by Milam. Milam taking a wrister. Sharks coming again. Fake on a.
Oh, and they get it through him again.
The Shark player faked the slap shot, did a little dipsy doodle move, and looks like Perry is going to take a penalty here too.
Did he say something to the ref, or?
Here it is on the replay. Looked like a harmless shot here. Ruggiero, did they go 5-hole on Ruggiero?
Looked like it squeezed under between his trapper and his armpit.
And a late penalty call against the Shadow. Going off 77. Perry for the Shadow, and we don't know exactly what happened there. Ryerson out there at center ice talking to the official right now, trying to find out exactly what that penalty's all about. Ruggiero doing a little housekeeping down in his end, putting the bucket back on his head.
So we got a goalie change.
So we do have a goalie change.
And Brandon Sartor is in.
Number 30 for the Shadow has replaced Ruggiero.
Well, I'm sure Bill will tell you he'd like to have a few of those back.
Sharks on the power play here for 1 minute 38 seconds left. 6-6 tie. Here comes Oakes. Oakes flying on the right wing here. little inside the outside inside move.
He got tripped up there.
Got a delayed penalty, and this will even out players on the ice for at least a minute 23 seconds.
Yeah, Oaks with those moves, you got to, watch his speed. He's got some nifty moves, and, he could draw a lot of penalties like that as he did there.
So he evened up the players here on the ice. Face off down in the Sharks' end. Ryerson will take this face off. Little 4-on-4 for at least a minute 23 seconds. And then they'll go on the power play, the Shadow.
Man, the Sharks have been winning a majority of the face-offs tonight. Got to work at that in practice for the Shadow.
Sharks carry this one out quickly. Break the blue line. Down in the Shadow end. Shot out in front of the net. Just to the outside of Sitar.
He's a smaller goalie compared to Ruggiero, and we'll see how many pucks they put on him quickly without any warm-ups for the new netminder and for the Shadow.
Carlisle now with the puck. He just dumps it, wraps it around the end behind the net. Shadow trying to get this one
Good
out.
play.
Ryerson right there. Oh, big save.
Beautiful read there. Little chip as Ryerson's breaking up the middle, and a glorious opportunity thwarted by Gilliam.
So Ryerson had an opportunity there. Get one back. Gilliam made an excellent save one-on-one. Faceoff stays down in the Sharks' end. Arnott switches that one over. Milam just dumps it down in the corner.
4-on-4 ahead of time. I think that, had no one in the front, and don't know why he took that shot, but
a lot of ice out there, 4-on-4. Sharks break the blue line again. Wrap that one around the net. This one to the point. Kept in by the Sharks. Quick wrister, Sitar makes a save on that one.
got to move for him. There you go. Move your legs.
Shadow gets this one out. Quick shot there. Oh, Chad LaRose.
Rotundi saw LaRose, and you can't give it to that guy. His third of the night.
Chad LaRose with the hat trick tonight. Here it is, all the way down in their end.
Beautiful little pass there. Nice outlet. Easy.
Goes glove side, just buries it again. And the Shadow have the lead again at 7-6 in this high-scoring game here with 10:14 left to go in the second period. Sharks break the blue line. That one's fed back. Puck moving forward, broken up. Off to the side, taken by the Shadow. Dumped way down in the Sharks' end, wrapped around the boards.
Shadow, little jump in their step now.
Nice move there by Calabrese, but Sitar just gobbled it up like it was nothing here with the glove.
Yeah, made that look easy.
.944 left to go here in the second period. We'll have a timeout here. New guy comes in. Sitar putting on a couple of big saves. You're watching Go Live Sportscast.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 7-6 Shadow leading over the Sharks here. Just past the midpoint of this game here in the second period. 9:44 left to go. Face-off down in the Shadow end. Carlisle took the face-off for the Sharks.
Oaks pinched it by 2, turned it over.
Saved by Sitar. Oaks throwing his body around there. Big collision in the far corner.
That was a beautiful reverse hit by Oaks.
Shot quickly there. Gobbled up, some pushing out in front. All things calmed down there. Milam. Dalton J in there, along with Kuhn. They're still grabbing each other.
You know, I like Cody Oaks' game. He creates a lot of openings, but he has a tendency to, just make the extra move sometimes, and he almost cost him in his own zone. I mean, he saw the guy coming in, he get a nice reverse hit, but he punched himself one time in against 3 defenders, trying to make one little quick move out of his zone, and very rarely do you see highlights on Sports Center, ESPN Ocho, or wherever you're watching this game of an outlet pass from your own zone. Very, very rarely.
Gagnon will take this face-off for the Shadow. Back to Oaks. Cody Oaks trying to dump that down into the Sharks' end. Broken up there by the Sharks again. Little sloppy play just inside the blue line. This one's taken forward. Oaks again. He goes towards the center trying to weave between a couple of players. Oaks not liking what he took there.
Him and Brandon Pfeiffer going at it. Brandon Pfeiffer just got beat by Gagnon.
This one just through the crease. Zukanich in his office right in front of the goalkeeper. That one's out of play. So we got a penalty on the play. Delayed penalty there against the Sharks. Looked like that happened right out in front of the net. Brendan Pfeiffer will go off for 2 minutes, putting the Shadow back on the power play, ahead 7-6 here at the 8:37 mark here of the second period.
Pfeiffer had a tough shift there. He had Cody Oaks going at him, and then on the next play, Gagnon walked around him and finally just lost the cool and now was in the box.
This one's back to the point. Worked over to Milam. Little tic-tac-toe here. Dalton J couldn't get a stick on that one. This one's cleared all the way to Sitar. Sitar gets this one out quickly. Along the boards, Rotundi. Quick shot on Sitar over his head.
Wow, that just barely missed. That was a whistle. He lost it from our vantage point up here. I don't know about you, Frank, but that was a laser.
Sharks eating up some clock here right now during this power play. Rotundi. Again, the Sharks take possession of the puck. Pilati. Dumped down into the Shadow end, giving chase Carlisle. Carlisle tries to take a wrister, gets nothing on it. Still buzzing down there, eating up time are the Sharks.
Nice little play out to LaRose.
Chad LaRose breaks the blue line. This one's given back. Or not now with the puck. Gets this one over to Oaks. Cody Oaks Big rebound there. Nobody there for the Shadow, and this one's cleared out. 23 seconds left in the power play for the Shadow.
Need to gain the zone, get a good setup here.
Oaks. He'll feed that one out in center. Nobody there. Or not now. Feeds that one back. Ryersay just going to look for a redirection out in front.
Boy, no one took Arnett out front. He could have had all day if he would have just stopped it. He could have just stuck handle and did 2, 3, 4 moves. He was left that much alone.
Both teams back at full strength as the Sharks kill off that power play. Still with the puck, the Shadow take a off-angle shot. That one wrapped around by Cody Oates. Finally clear it out.
Maybe the big bodies of the Shadow are starting to wear out on the Sharks a little bit. They're looking a little flat-footed. They're actually looking a little tired and even going to the bench huffing and puffing a little more.
Shadows were looking for a delay of game with that puck going over the boards. No call there for them. This faceoff will go right in front of the Shadow bench here, just over the blue line. Dumped back into the Sharks' end, gobbled up by the Sharks.
I mean, that's an example of being gassed. I mean, even on that play, that was a clearing right to the goalie, Gilliam, and he's forced to hold on to it. Zoo beat everybody, all the jerseys, the dark jerseys, back to their zone netminder.
This one's cleared out. Sharks looking for a 2-on-1 developing. Oh!
Rotundi, beautiful comeback on that.
McComas for the Sharks had a big opportunity to get one back here and tie it up. Coming back the other way. Oh, he scores!
Gagnon, beautiful.
A nice move right in front of the net. Here it is. Zukanic looking to clean up, but he didn't have to.
Rotundi, you know, he's had such a really good game, a lot of really nice passes, a lot of great playmaking today. And again, he saw Gagnon streaking, gave it just a nice, easy pass to him. And Sammy walked right in and makes it 8-6.
So they spread the lead 2 goals here. 5:31 left to go here in the second period. This one's dumped down into the Sharks' end. Cleared around the back of the boards. Thrown out in front. Nobody there for the Shadow. Sharks clear this one.
Nice
over
move.
the blue line. That's Carlisle. Carlisle on the backhand. Satars held his ground there. Carlisle again trying to get that one on. Sharks keep this puck. A little wraparound. Satar again. Oh, Satar coming up big there as Calabrese tried the wraparound.
Oh, look out there.
Big hit on Rowell. He'll go off. There's a shot deflected into the glass.
Got to watch out for that, boys and girls. Oh.
Here's an opportunity out in front. Just to the outside by the Shadow. Far side boards. Both teams buzzing right now. Milam punches that one forward. Still battle. Here comes the Sharks again. Calabrese with a shot. Right on the chest protector of Satar as he tosses that one forward.
You know, Rowell took a big hit up in neutral zone there. And boys and girls, if you're watching it at home, that's why it's so important, especially in that area of the ice. That puck's coming to you. And you have to have that sense. You start doing that tiptoe spinorama, you're going to get it in the chops. And Rowell, unfortunately, did, and we hope he's all right.
Face off down in the shadow end still. Quick shot on Sitar. Carlisle taking that face off.
Nice
Shadow.
play there. That's what I'm talking about, even though the turnover. Nice and calm now.
Cody Oaks settles things down here a bit. Quickly getting that ball puck up to Jay. Dalton Jay along the near side boards. Both teams battle in front of the shadow bench. Jay again, he just weaves that back in to the Sharks' end.
What are the Shadow just rolling the bench? I mean, you got Oaks and Vermeesh again. You got Jay, who's a defenseman. He's out playing the wing.
Dalton Jay will wrap that around the outside of the boards. Here's Jay trying to move that puck forward over. Cleared out finally by the Sharks. Cody Oaks is going to slow things down here a bit and make a little dipsy doodle and let that hair flow in the wind. Nice move by Oaks. He got pushed off the puck. No harm done there.
And again with the Shadow, a lot of puck possession. You can see the Sharks players as they're coming to the bench that they're just looking a little more gassed now. Still have a full period to play, but right now they look like they're just running out of gas.
Face off down in the Sharks' end, 8-6 with the Shadow with the lead. 2:55 left to go here in the second period. Breaking out for the Sharks quickly. This one's wrapped around Sitar. Sharks keep possession, lose possession. Puck moved up to Zukanich. Zukanich lugs down into the Sharks' end, into the corner. You'll need 3 or 4 guys to get off of Zukanich. Sharks do get the puck. They get possession. Moving it forward. Broken up again by Paul Arnett. Quick shot there by the Sharks. Sitar makes the save on that one and cleared out. Chad LaRose giving chase.
Good play by the Sharks defenseman there. He had to.
This one's called offsides as actually icing here on the Sharks.
So I think the Shadow are starting to feel it a little bit. They're being a little more puck possessive. Their passes are a little more crisper. They seem to have one more pass than needed, but that's a show of confidence. And if you're chasing that puck around endlessly like the Sharks seem to be doing, that takes a lot of toll on the legs all through the lineup.
Ryersay will take the face-off for the Shadow. Ryersay in the far corner there.
Go help him out. He's got 3 Sharks on him.
Cherwalk battles with Ryersay. Still battling along the far side boards. Kept in by the Shadow. This one's deflected out in front. Still working along the boards, the Shadow and the Sharks. Finally, Chad LaRose dishes that one out. Still keeping that puck in as they cycle it down. Oaks making a move, takes a shot, deflected in front of the net. Sharks try to clear it, and they do, just past Milam. Milam will retreat to get this puck.
Oh, I thought he could catch him on there. Sartor was telling to him they're on a change, but they'll just take their time going into the zone now.
Here comes the Sharks now. Spencer Bowman. He'll take a shot on Sitar. That's steered off into the corner. Bowman goes to his office right in front of Sitar. Does not get an opportunity as Ryersay keeps him in check.
So another thing I noticed is that, it's really tough they got some big bodies on the Shadow. I mean, they, one after another come out there, and the intimidation could even come into effect now. First of all, you're tired, and second of all, you got to look over your shoulder at one of those big boys coming at you, breathing heavy.
Sharks break the blue line, a collision over on the far side boards. Not sure if they're going to call it on Cody Oakes.
Well, Kuhn looks like he's getting it, but he gave Calabrese an extra shot and
gave him a face wash on the far side boards. Here you see on the replay.
Well, Calabrese looks like he kind of
blew a tire over
there.
a
little bit. And the ref giving the, just seeing that he had someone pounding on his back, said, hey, we're just going to.
So Kuhn will go off here late in the second period. 41 seconds left here in the second period. This will carry over into the third period if the Sharks don't score. 8-6, the Shadow in the lead over the Waterford Sharks.
Big penalty kill here for the Shadow. I mean, they're feeling comfortable. You got a lot of puck possession. You got to kill this off here. Don't let them get back into it, make it a one-goal game.
Sharp took that face-off for the Sharks. Possession for the Shadow. That one shot over the glass, but past the blue line. Cody Oakes.
Boy, what a great atmosphere here, Frank. The crowd's still buzzing. They've had a lot of great things to cheer about tonight, and I know that during the second period they've got all the intermission fan stuff to do, and it's a really good scenario here that the Michigan Shadow are putting the show on, the show with the show.
Excellent venue here, the Big Boy Arena, and the Michigan Shadow, as you said, have put on quite a show here in their two home games so far, and the crowd loving it. Little wraparound there by Calabrese. Nothing happening. Sitar clears that one away. Kept in by the Sharks. Quick wrister from inside the blue line. That one stopped.
Got 8 seconds. Here's
Milam coming straight to the net, trying to get a shorthanded goal. That won't happen, and the Sharks will just eat up the rest of the clock.
So that was a double minor that Kuhn got. So they're going to be coming into the second period, still 3 minutes, 19 seconds, having to face a power play of the Sharks. So anything could happen coming up.
So there's some talking to the officials right now that's been changed to a double minor. Must have said something to the official or hurt his feelings possibly to get that extra 2 minutes. So we'll take a break here on Go Live Sportscast. Looking forward to the third period here with the Shadow in the lead, 8-6 over the Waterford Sharks.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened?
Your friend's not breathing.
She's dead? Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Detroit area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Frazier. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat. Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese, stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is going to be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Got to pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Frazier Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. As you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes are, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Go Live Sportscast.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Detroit area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener.
back here at Big Boy Arena. Some of the highlights from the second period.
Little pushing, shoving, yeah.
Yeah, a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. Collision on the net. Players talking about what they're going to eat for dinner tonight.
You know, and that's the thing that, you know, the Shadow team, bunch of big bodies there, and need to be more physical.
Here's an opportunity right there. Ryerson right in front of that. Lost the bucket right there off the goalie's head.
Yeah, that went in, but that doesn't count as a goal. It does count for team support if you really want to.
If you could get a point for knocking off his helmet, that would be good.
Yeah, because that was some skill there, that's for sure.
Here's an opportunity by the Sharks on a loose rebound. Ruggiero made the initial save, and he just left it on the doorstep.
Yeah, and that was the first of two. We'll see the other one soon. But the Shadow did come back, and then all of a sudden, Bill, this is probably what chased him from the game right here. Just squeaked under his arm, and
that didn't go 5-hole. It went under his arm.
Yep.
So Ruggiero, I don't know, got his replacement of Sitar. Sitar has played a good part of his game since he came in.
Here's this beautiful outlet here, and you saw just beautiful 2-on-1. LaRose not going to make a mistake from there. He's ex-Stanley Cup champ.
LaRose went glove side high. So the scoring in the second period for the Shadow, Cody Oates, Chad LaRose.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Detroit area for taking care
of the game. And Rotundi gets one in the second period.
Rotundi's had a very, very good game in my view tonight. He's a big body. He's looked really smooth out there. Made a couple nice checks, but he's been saucing that puck all over the place, making really, really good decisions. And then as a reward, he gets a goal himself.
The Shadow will start off shorthanded here in the third period. Still waiting for the time of the shorthand to be put on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, it's almost like 3:19 or something like that, but a lot of time here that they could get a couple goals and make this more interesting. And, you know, that's what they're going to have to do. If you're a Shark, you're going to have to, you know, find some way to get your legs going in this third period and score early, and anything can happen for them.
Big opportunity for the Sharks to capitalize on this power play. Carlisle will take the face-off for the Sharks. Ryerson for the Shadow. 3:19 left to go here on the penalty against the Shadow. Shadow take possession of the puck, dump that in. Milam trying to eat some time up. Now the Sharks bringing the puck forward. Cherwalk moves that forward.
Oh, there's a mistake
nice steal there by the Shadow. Little one-on-one trying to go inside, outside. Ryerson takes a shot. That one's blocked in front of the net. Sharks moving, break the blue line. Quickly, wrister on Sitar. Sitar stands up, makes the save for that one.
You know, you got a lot of time on a penalty kill, and you try to make a move, and that odd, a little tricky thing at a bad angle. Not a good decision by the Sharks.
Sharks 3-on-2. Nice move out in front. Oh, Sitar makes a save. Makes another save.
That was absolutely, I don't know how he got that leg out there, but thwarted a fantastic opportunity at a great time for the Sharks. And boy, what a big save.
Sitar, Stone Pfeiffer there, point blank, and has a perfect record since coming in. Still 2 minutes left here on the power play. That one shot just to the outside of Sitar. Giuliano gets this one up quickly. Quick shot on net. Pillette taking that shot for the Shadow, and the save Faceoff will be down in the Sharks' end.
Well, Sator coming back in for Ruggiero. Ruggiero is pulled, but he's a veteran goalie. But it's an opportunity for a goalie like Satar that he comes in here, makes some big saves. All of a sudden, you might find yourself in a starting position on that north trip.
Giuliano will take the face-off for the Shadow. Quick shot right there by Pilet. Pilet taking that quick shot. Still a minute 40 left in the power play. Arnott clears this one out. Taken by the Sharks again. Past the blue line. Oh, a shot on his back.
Wow.
And he scores. What a goal right there from his back.
I don't know how. It just
capitalized on that power play. Here it is right here. Little move.
Yeah, Caleb Reese gets pinched, and then all of a sudden you got
Baldricka scoring that goal for the Sharks on his back. And finally, Satar, they get one past him. So that will kill off the power play with that goal. Both teams at full strength now. Kept in by the Sharks. 8-7, Shadow ahead by 1 here in the early going of the third period. Here comes the Shadow.
Yeah.
Gagyan.
Unfortunate for the, for the Shadow on that goal. And, again, it just doesn't seem like they have an opportunity to rest at all. Nothing has come easy in a way of keeping a lead or always feeling like they're in a battle.
They were ahead by 2. They were down by 2. This game's gone back and forth, and seems like the Sharks have some momentum going here early going of the third period. LaRose takes a chop at that one, trying to clear that one out. Faceoff will stay down in the Shadow end. Ryerson will take this faceoff for the Shadow.
A little chirping between the benches a little bit. I know a lot of these players know each other. They've skated against each other many times before, but when you're on the ice, it's a whole different story when games are close.
Ryerson in the corner. This one's cleared out. Sharks take possession again. Right at center ice. Down into the Shadow end. Not cleared out yet. Here comes the Sharks in front.
Oh.
This one's cleared out beyond the blue line. Satar was on his back and made a save.
Big stop there. Boy, oh boy.
Sharks moving ahead again here. Broken up by Arnott. Arnott trying to get that to Ryerson.
Little too much movement for the Shadow. What I mean by that is everyone's converging into the center of the ice. The wingers are running into each other. They're running into the center. The defense are trying to switch off each spot, and everyone's running into each other in the center of the ice. Stay wide is what they need to do and just play possession like they did in the second period.
Broken up by Jay. Dalton Jay trying to take that in. That's broken up in front of the net. Swished around. Wrapped around the boards. Here comes the Sharks again. 3-on-2 developing. Quick move there. Shot by Gibbs just to the outside of Satar.
Boy, nice move by Gibbs on that one. And we thought for sure, I thought I was going to hear a big crunch along those boards, but I don't know how Gibbs got through, but he certainly did.
He wiggled like a worm and took a shot on Satar just to the outside.
I think it surprised everybody, including the back checkers for the Shadow, who just stopped a step. And That's all it takes in a game. You know, I mean, you got to keep your legs moving. If you're going to skate 200, if you're going to skate 150 feet back to your own net, 160 feet, it's always those last 10 feet that you stop moving your legs and get burned on. It's just about keep your legs moving all the way back in front of your net on the back check.
Here comes the shadow. Giuliano just out of his reach. Sharks recover, bringing that puck forward. Carlisle. Sharks again. Out in front. Sitar right on Sitar. He gets jammed into the fence pole there. Here's a shot out in front. Sitar makes a save. Point blank.
Beautiful stop.
Baldrick moves that puck around. Recovering are the Shadow. They just clear that out to center ice.
The Shadow aren't careful here. They're going to end up finding themselves down a couple before they know it. They got to tighten that defense up. Too many good opportunities, grade A scoring opportunities. Sator's been brilliant.
Rotundi gets that one forward. We got a player in the net. Zolkanic in the net. That's a big boy in the net. No pun intended. We're at Big Boy Arena.
Yeah. Big Zoo wants to go in the cage.
Zolkanic.
That's what he wants to do, right? You know what? You put him in the cage, you feed him meat. Raw steak. That's what his pregame meal is. That's what I hear. They put him in the goalie cage and they feed him raw meat.
So just outside the blue line, as now the Shadow bring it. Oates, Cody Oates. Nice move there. Finally gets bumped off that puck. Zolkanic behind the net there, had possession of the puck. Still keeping it pinched in is the Shadow. Finally dumped out, retreating. Cody Oates.
He wants to go for a skate again. Look out. Oh, stayed on
no
sides.
offsides there. Big opportunity for as Rowell went one-on-one. Big save by the Sharks there. This one's cleared out and dumped down into the Shadow end. This will be a icing against the Sharks.
Oh, Oaks is getting a misconduct. He was chirping and
more hard feelings.
Oh, and now he's gone. He got the game. He was chirping at the bench, chirping at the ref. Ref gave him a 10. Now he still won't let him go.
Now, we've talked about this before about referees not having thick skin a lot of times. Cody Oaks still down there talking.
And I'm sure that's not. Oh, and he throws his stick down the hallway. He's not happy. Boy, oh boy.
Must have said something pretty awfully bad to get tossed out of this game here.
Well, I'm wondering what got him really upset. I mean, we're all hockey players. The best of the chirpers. There's a lot to pick at. Oaks is a great skater, good talent. But, I wonder if you mention anything about his salad, and he starts getting offended about that, right?
Yeah. Who do they have to replace him that has that long of hair?
That's, there's a lot of material out here between hockey players.
Strap
That's
a wig on, let it flow in the air. Anyways, that's a big blow to the Shadow.
So now they're getting Bjorn home, who's not too happy because now he's got to sit the 2 minutes. He's not too happy. He wants to be out on the ice, not sitting there and sitting on the bench in a pool of sweat in the penalty box.
Sweat box, they call it.
Sweat box, there you go. So here we go, 8-7 game, another penalty, and Sharks find themselves still really, really close. A lot of time left.
Carlisle will take the face-off against Ryersay. Down in the corner, wrapped around the board. Power play for the Sharks.
They need to really be deliberate here. And
Sharks working that puck around. Finally grabbed and cleared out there.
Good net,
Milam.
Good net front presence. That rebound came out, but you had two shadow there and just easily golfed it down and killed some more time off this penalty.
The Sharks will regroup right here. Across the blue line. Around the back of the net out front.
Recovered.
Still working around Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer puts that one on an off-angle shot. This one's cleared by the shadow. Changes by the shadow. Some fresh meat out there.
It's by himself. Take your time there. Got to collect.
Palusha trying to bring that one in for the Sharks.
Nice.
55 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Sharks.
Get into the neutral zone a little more. There you go. Pull that defense up. Step up. There you go. Pinch them. Boom.
Sharks cross the blue line. Behind the net, the shadow have it. They'll just clear that one out and eat up some time.
Perfect. That's how you do it defensively. The defense played high, forced that Shark to go wide, dump it in, and your defensive partner just took it nice and easy behind the net and fired it all the way down the ice, killed another 20 seconds off the clock.
18 seconds left in the power play for the Sharks. One last charge by them. In the near side corner. This one's wrapped around from the inside the point.
That was easy. No one in front of the net for the Sharks, and Sator had nothing but a clear lane to look at, and he just flashed out that glove and kind of yawned at it.
No problem for Satar to keep that one off the board. 6 seconds left here in the power play for the Sharks. They're down 8-7 to the shadow.
Bjornholm's got to look ready to get out of the box there. He's got to put his chin strap back on. Or maybe he's got to sit to 10 also. No, he's ready.
So the shadow kill off this power play by the Sharks. They're still coming quickly with a head of steam. That one's broken up. Sharks have possession. They dump it back in the shadow end.
It should be an easy clear. Take your time.
Wrapped around the boards, stolen by the shadow as Rowell will feed that one back down into their end.
It's good to see Rowell back. He took a heavy hit up at center ice a little while ago and looks good to go.
Sharks have this inside their blue line. Trying to whistle that down is Cherwalk. Broken up by the shadow. Taken again by the Sharks.
4 guys backing up. Step up on them. There you go, right at the blue line. That's what happens. You step up out of the blue line, it forces them off sides.
Shadow quickly get this puck out. Rowell, he gets hammered into the boards. No shot on net there. Little end-to-end action here as they get the puck back, the Sharks.
Rotundi almost got pushed into the Sharks bench, and bodies are starting to get a little more banging out here.
Sharp goes in for the Sharks. Pass up to Ryersay. This one's dumped into the corner of the Sharks. Giving battle along the boards and wrapped around. 3-on-2 here. Quickly caught up. Taken again. Stolen. Quick shot and scores!
Wow.
Jared Pfeiffer just kept working that puck, stole the puck, and we got a tie game here, 8-8.
Boy, it didn't look like anything was going to happen there, and Pfeiffer reached back out of his bag of tricks and deposited a low glove side on Sator.
So they killed off the power play at full strength. The Sharks strike to even this game at 8. Jarrett Pfeiffer netting that goal with just some hard work and staying consistent. Momentum swing here for the Sharks. Here they come again, a shot on Sitar. He gets on his knees to gobble that one up. Isaac Gibbs with the shot there for the Sharks. Face off in the shadow end. They can't control it, and the Sharks score again.
Well, the puck bounces on the far side over to LaRose, and it just bounced up, took a bad bounce over here. Pass wasn't there, bounced off the boards, and little direct right in front of Sator, didn't have a chance.
Looks like Alex Sharp got that one for the Sharks, and 3 goals in a row quickly here in the third period to take the lead 9-8, 9:55 left to go in this game, and the Waterford Sharks have come to life.
Boy, that's, and you're missing one of your guys that can open up the ice, Cody Oakes, getting kicked out of the game a little while ago.
Huge momentum swing here towards the Waterford Sharks as they're skating hard right now.
Again,
Shadow just trying to get this puck out, dump back into their end.
Pace looking around.
Sherwalk dumped that back in the Sharks' end as the Sharks are pinching a little bit here. Here comes the Sharks again. Quick move there.
Oh, my. Flash that glove there, young man. Flash that glove.
So Donaldson making some moves right there. Dished it off, and Sitar came up with a big save. 9:10 left to go in the third period. We'll take a quick break here on Go Live Sportscast.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared?
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 9:10 left to go here in the third period. We think we had a Cody Oakes sighting, but maybe not. Maybe a double. Face off down in the Shadow end. Shadow definitely have to get on their horses here in the second half of the third period to tie this game back up.
You know, I call it calm like they did, sort of similar like they did the opening game of the season. It just didn't make anything easy for them. They still look calm. They were able to pull it off, but eventually your luck is going to run out. You give up another goal late, you might go down 2, and they're not doing themselves any favors, that's for sure.
Quick shot off the faceoff by Donaldson, gobbled up by Sitar. This one not cleared out. Sharks work it down the middle. Donaldson takes a shot. Finally, the Shadow have the puck.
Very active glass down at that other end. Everything that's bouncing off that glass down there is almost coming right back out in front of the net.
Here comes the Shadow now. Rotundi. Ryan Rotundi trying to work that puck in. He loses control of it. Again, the Sharks just dump it and wrap it around the net.
Someone's got to help him in there. Well.
Finally, the Shadow bring the puck up.
Let's go for a skate. Oh, it took a forearm shiver.
Rowell's been taking his hits tonight. Shadow again trying to break the blue line. They do. This one's wrapped around the boards, kept in by the Shadow again around the boards the other way. Sharks just dumped this out.
Well, I thought they might. No, they did wave the icing off.
Behind the net, Ryersay. James Ryersay clears this one out just over their blue line. Rowell. Nice move right there to Chad LaRose. LaRose working around the outside. Try to dump that one forward. That doesn't happen. That's blocked out in front. Sharks recover. Again dumped down the center of the ice.
Oh, that was a hand pass. He just missed it.
Face off back down into the Shadow end. Both teams switching players off the bench. Get some fresh troops out there. Palusha out there for the Sharks. (9-8) Sharks in the lead. 7:19 to go here in the third period. Face off. Wrapped around the boards. Donaldson took that shot. Sharks looking for a penalty there, a delay of game. Officials talk it over. They'll retrieve a new puck here. Face-off will stay down in the Shadow end. Looks like they are going to get a penalty here. Michael Perry will go off on a delay of game call against the Shadow.
Well, here we go again, right? Penalties left and right, inopportune times. They've been in the box the whole third period, and now they're down by a goal with another penalty kill.
Carlisle against Ryersay. Sharks back on the power play here. Shadow trying to clear that, kept in by the Sharks. They're just going to work it around the outside. Little tic-tac-toe. Here's an opportunity. There, kicked out. Carlisle trying to beat Sitar. Still have possession of the puck.
Where they got that far side open.
Here's an opportunity here for Carlisle. Point blank, cleared out. Taking some time off of that.
Well, the puck stuck. Oh, good scoop out there. I know that yellow paint right in that area. That puck just sticks along those boards. Tough to get it out.
The Shadow.
Look out there.
Trying to kill some time here, making the Sharks work for their possession. Pfeiffer back on the ice for the Sharks.
Nice little fake there. Step up on him.
Donaldson trying to bring that in solo. This one's cleared out by the Shadow. Giuliano putting on some pressure down in the Sharks' end.
Calabrese, a strong game for the Sharks so far today.
Here's an opportunity right there. Dished out in front. Calabrese going in solo again. This one's just lobbed over the net. Sitar just smothers that one.
That's what I was talking about. That puck's coming off that back glass and coming right back out in front of the net.
Sort of a lob shot from the blue line. Just looking for some loose rebound, some garbage goal, and Sitar gets on top of it. 5:22 left to go here in the third period. 9-8, Sharks ahead of the Shadow. Sharp taking that face off for the Sharks. This one's cleared out. Still have possession. Cherwalk for the Sharks. He dumps it down into the Shadow corner.
Put it right in the face
Opportunity right now for the Rowell. Rowell trying to take one too many steps here. Bowman out in front. Big opportunity there for Sharp for the Sharks, and he couldn't bury it.
Got numbers. Nice play.
Perry for the Shadow. Wraps around the boards. Shot on net, gobbled up, nobody there. Looking for somebody on the doorstep. Gagnon couldn't get that puck deflected. Face-off down in the Sharks' corner.
So interesting part for both teams. You know, you don't really have to start taking too many chances. It's a one-shot game. And if you're the Sharks, you really don't want to lay back on your heels. You want to keep some kind of forecheck going, just not let the Shadow waltz into your zone. But the Shadow's got to be a little bit more up-tempo, get pucks in deep, use the bodies, create some turnovers.
Ryersay at the face-off. Big Joe Pace is out there for the Shadow on defense. Here come the Sharks again, quickly. Broken up at the blue line. Nice. Sharks recover and rotate that puck back. Gibbs.
Icing.
So we'll go back to the other end here. Sharks end with a lead, 9-8 over the Shadow. 4:05 to go. LaRose out on the ice. Joe Pace Jr. Ryersay. Pilette. All for the Shadow.
Big win there.
Chad Rose looking to take a quick wrist shot. He does. That one's kicked away.
Beautiful stop.
This one's wrapped around the board. LaRose keeps that one in. Nice move by Chad LaRose as he keeps working that puck. Finally taken away. Sharks with possession.
Good pinch by Perry to keep that alive.
Over on the far boards. Finally the Sharks get it out. Chad LaRose. This puck's onside. Quick shot there. Save. Some heavy hitting on along the boards. Nothing happening. This one's icing.
Ryersay took exception to him being dumped. Looked like it was inadvertent, but you don't know that when it's coming from behind you where you can't see, and took exception to it. And the ref said, hey, we're just going to let it go. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third. Someone, I believe, called a timeout.
So we go into a timeout here. This is a good timeout, whoever called it. I mean, both teams have time to discuss their strategy here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. You see Cody Oakes down in the tunnel. If you just tuned in, he got tossed here in the third period. Guy you need on the ice. You need him late in the third period right now. His energy, his ability, his talent.
Well, you noticed that was, they were starting to settle down a little bit. It looked like even the forwards were switching back. The defense were switching. The forwards are feeling confident, a little more puck possession. Oakes goes out of the game. Couple power play goals against them. And now when you need him back to create a little more opening, he's not there. So it's going to be interesting to see the Shadow, again, how they're going to react to this early in this season.
Face off down the Sharks' end. Milam around the boards. Looks like somebody's shooken up there. Cherwalk for the Sharks. Might have took a stick to the face by accident.
Sure walked right into a stick.
Hate when that happens.
So the puck came up on the captain for the Shark. He's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he took a stick on the wraparound there.
no worse for wear. He'll just put a towel on that, I'm sure, and be out for the next shift.
Giuliano going to take the face-off here. 3:12 left to go here in the third period. Sharks in the lead, 9-8. Quickly, trying to clear it are the Sharks. Pinched in, and here comes the Sharks. Good defensive move there. They keep shooting on Sitar. Sharks keep it in. A shot off to the other side of the boards.
Good hustle by Jay on that last sequence.
Baldrucka. Cycling are the Sharks, keeping that puck down in the shadow end, eating up clock here with a 1-goal lead. Giuliano lost control of that puck. Sharks working hard.
Oh, there's a takedown.
Collision there.
And sticks flying. Bodies talking. Jabs everywhere. The refs are letting it go.
Here comes the shadow. Collision in the corner. Wrapped around the boards. Sharks bring it out again. Bowman took a shot. Down behind Sitar. Josh Hill. Bowman still working that puck. Minute 48 left to go here in the third period.
When do you start thinking about pulling the goalie?
We'll see if it's about a minute. Rotundi trying to get that one. Quick turnaround shot blocked out in front and dumped down, and this will be an icing against the Sharks.
Let's see if we see a little more intensity here. You know, you got a lot of veteran players here that have played elsewhere, but
Sitar's coming to the bench right now. Not sure if it's an official pull. It looks like it is. He's going to be sitting on the bench. We're going to have a timeout here again. Possibly both teams going to discuss things here.
I know Milam is fired up over there. He's a veteran. He's been around. And, you know, it's good to see that he's fired up. And maybe that'll fire up some of his team. You know, a lot of these guys have played in other leagues at a high level. And sometimes it looks like there's no energy. And sometimes you got guys that, you know, they think maybe they don't belong here or something, and they're going through the motions, and it's easy for them. In a 9-8 game, that's what it tends to be so far for the Shadow. You know, if it's so easy, then make it easy in the first period where you're going up 6 goals, where you can then just kind of play around a little bit. And we're going to see what they have here. I know these Payne fans here want to see some intensity here. Let's get this.
Sitar out of the net. He's still out on the ice, so not exactly ready to pull him. Ryersay going to take the face-off here. This one's cleared back to the point. Quick wrister gobbled up. No harm there. Nobody in front of the net to redirect that or get some loose garbage. Let's do it again. Same corner, same face-off. Ryersay will take this one again. Against Alex Sharp.
He's got to be tough in that draw. Someone come and help him, and they lose the draw. Kept in by Milam. Good play at the line. Good fake. Oh, that was close. Oh. Ref was in a good spot on the line. He was on the far side. He had probably the best spot to see it, but it looked close.
Minute 19 down to in the third period. We'll do it just outside the blue line here. Ryersay going to take that face off again. Controlled there. Cleared out by the Sharks. Rotundi. Rotundi lost control of that one. This one's dumped down into the Sharks' end.
Oh, big collision there. Look out.
Here we go.
Look out. Everybody's into it. Gannon squared off, and he's on
Here
the
we
bottom.
go. Rotundi getting some rights in. Rotundi, number 73, giving a Cherwalk a beatdown here. As there was a collision down at the Sharks' end with the goalkeeper. Sharks did not like that one bit. Carlisle goes to the short bench. Cherwalk took a beat down by Rotundi. With still a minute and 2 seconds left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, Gillum went out to play that puck a little bit, and Gagnon took exception and decided he was gonna play him, and then it all broke loose.
Chad LaRose out on the ice just chatting with the Waterford team.
And, we were just talking about a little intensity to face off beforehand, and after all that, there's still a minute 2 left.
This game's not over as Spencer see who's in the box over there, if we can get a shot.
Well, I know you got Gagnon for sure. And then I know you got Kiernan's got to be in there, and I think Sherwalk might be in there. That's my guess for the Sharks.
So far, only one player in the box for the Shadow.
That's Gagnon.
2 players, looks like Carlisle and Cherwalk in the box for the Sharks. I would assume Rotundi. There's Rotundi.
He was escorted right to the. Yeah, he's watching, but
he's with Cody Oakes over there. So he gets tossed out of the game. The hat is on backwards. That's the official. I got tossed out of the game when you put the cap on backwards.
Yeah, that's for sure, right? I mean, it's
official code.
Rotundi, he's had a really strong game for the Shadow, for sure.
2 of their players that have had good games are kicked out here. Cody Oates and Ryan Rotundi.
Yeah, you had to answer the call if you're the Sharks. I mean, you just can't run the goalie like that. And, even if he, is outside of the net a little bit. And
see the referees still discussing here what's going to go on. Ryersay out there with Bowman for the Sharks. Minute 2, you would think at this point they're just going to have to, depending on where the faceoff's at, they're going to have to pull that goalie.
Well, like that, and I can't see, nothing but the Shadow being shorthanded. So it looks. My guess is they're going to be playing 5-on-5. Gagnon went and unless the refs are talking about evening it up somehow because of the fighting and the extracurriculars. But Gagnon ran the Gillum in the net, and so that's going to be your first penalty for sure. And then he's got a fighting penalty, and I don't know how they're going to even up the other ones to make it anything less than the Shadow playing, not shorthanded, but the goalie pulled 5-on-5 for the last one at 102.
So the Sharks come into this third period and score 3 straight goals, down 8-6, and they take the lead 9-8. Here late in the third period, 1 minute, 2 seconds left. Officials are still discussing where they're going to have dinner at tonight.
I think they all are. I think everyone right now said, we got a minute through. So, again, one thing, these players have played against each other so often. And it's good to see a little intensity like this. Maybe some of the guys, I'm surprised Gagnon, I'm surprised but not surprised. He's always a little ball of intensity out there wherever he's played. So it really doesn't kind of surprise me. But it's what this game needed a little bit. And let's see if this fires up the Shadows big boys there to say, hey, listen, we need to get this into overtime. We need to come back and tie this game. These fans are behind us here, and they're paying some money to not see us waltz around like we don't belong here. But
well, they cleared the benches, the penalty boxes. Right now, we only have a penalty against the Shadow, a 2-minute penalty, as the officials are still trying to straighten out things there.
Oh, and Gillum is still talking on his way out. Gillum had some parting words to say as he got tossed. Gillum got tossed on there, and he chased Gagnon all the way out to the blue line pretty much before he was finally tackled, and Gayling comes in, Raul Gayling, 36.
So 5 minutes go up against the Sharks here. So right now, I've never seen a goalie get tossed this late in the game, this close.
Yeah, I think he was.
You've seen a lot of hockey. Have you seen that?
Well, made me choke on my own spit, Frank. No, I haven't seen it. It was kind of comical a little bit. I mean, you got some big boys out there, and usually your goalie got hit. I know he took offense. He wanted to get Gagnon by himself, but there's nothing you can do. Just let the guys out in front of you handle it,
Did he officially get tossed?
Yeah, he officially got tossed.
All right, 1 minute, 2 seconds left to go here. Little 5-on-5. Well, it'll actually be 5-on-4 for the Shadow. They've got an empty net here.
Yeah, it would have been 4-on-4 for the 2 minutes, but that's how the refs kind of even it out. So you still got an empty net, one player out there, and good job by the refs.
Ryerson trying to bring that one in. He loses control. LaRose gets that puck. LaRose blows a tire on an empty net, and they score.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Chad LaRose had the puck, tried to turn the corner, and just fell down. The puck was taken away, and the Sharks capitalize, making it 10-8. 4 straight goals by the Sharks here in the third period.
It happens to the best.
That's something you don't see every day in hockey.
It just happens. You want to go for a skate, and the skate doesn't want to skate.
Waterford's brought a good-sized crowd here for a road game. Giuliano brings this puck out. He dumps it down into the Sharks' end. Sharks clear that one back. Jay trying to move that forward. That's thrown back into the Shadow end. Still not out. Oh, big move there by Palusha. Palusha doing a little dipsy doodle there in front of the net.
These guys got to understand, you need to play to the whistle. This isn't a curfew clock going off.
Palusha trying to hang 11 on the Shadow, but Sitar was up to it. Another shot on Sitar. This one's cleared all the way down to the Sharks' end. This one's over with.
Wow.
Well, the Sharks just came out in this third period, Tommy, and worked harder, played harder, connected on their passes, and you could just see it. As we talked earlier, you said it just looked like the Shadow were slow in their moves.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know how you end up breaking that. A lot of overconfidence on the team on the white, and well-deserved. I mean, they've got some bodies, some players, but this may happen more often than you think during the season. A lot of these teams are no pushovers here. It was a good show tonight by the Sharks.
So 4 straight goals by the Sharks here in the third period. After coming in, the Shadow had an 8-6 lead, and 4 goals by the Sharks as the Sharks just outplayed the Shadow here to take the victory 10-8. For the Go Live Sportscast crew here on site, and Tommy Morrison, I am Frank Mazzella saying so long here on Go Live Sportscast with the final score, the Sharks 10 and the Shadow 8.